The hallowed halls of the Metropolitan Museum of Art, a treasure house of human creativity, have a new guardian. His name is Lucian Simmons, and his appointment as head of provenance research in May 2024 is as significant as it is overdue. Simmons does not curate masterpieces or arrange exhibitions. His task is far more critical: to delve into the often murky history of the Met's vast collection and ensure that each of its 1.5 million objects has been acquired ethically and legally. This is no small feat. The art world, for all its gilded surfaces, has long been haunted by the spectre of looted artifacts, smuggled antiquities, and works of art with dubious ownership histories. For decades, museums like the Met operated with a certain willful blindness, accepting treasures from collectors and dealers without rigorously examining their past. The Met in recent years has faced uncomfortable scrutiny. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office, wielding search warrants and a newfound zeal for repatriating stolen heritage, has seized dozens of items from the museum's displays. These seizures, highly publicized and deeply embarrassing for the Met, served as a wake-up call. Provenance research, once a niche field within the art world, became an urgent priority. The seizures from the Met's collection have been as breathtaking as they are shameful. In 2017, the Manhattan DA's office took custody of 74 artifacts, 22 of which were even on loan, highlighting the depth of the problem. These ranged from ancient Roman mosaics to exquisite Etruscan amber carvings, all suspected of being looted from archaeological sites or stolen from private collections. Federal authorities soon followed suit, conducting their own investigations and demanding the return of other suspect items. The Met, once a symbol of American cultural supremacy, found itself at the center of an international scandal. The seizures exposed not only the museum's lax acquisition practices, but also the deeply problematic history of the art market itself. For too long, museums, collectors, and dealers had turned a blind eye to the origins of the objects they so coveted. The allure of owning a masterpiece, it seemed, often outweighed any ethical concerns. The damage to the Met's reputation was undeniable. The museum, which prided itself on its scholarship and integrity, was now accused of being complicit in the plunder of cultural heritage. The appointment of Lucian Simmons signaled a desire for change, a recognition that the Met needed to confront its past mistakes and chart a new course for the future. Lucian Simmons arrives at the Met not as an academic, but as a seasoned veteran of the art market's front lines. His previous role as head of the restitution department at Sotheby's, one of the world's oldest and most prestigious auction houses, provided him with a unique education. At Sotheby's, Simmons was immersed in the high-stakes world of art transactions where provenance is paramount. His job was to investigate the ownership history of works being offered for sale, ensuring they were free of any legal encumbrances or claims of restitution. This often involved navigating a labyrinthine world of private collectors, shadowy dealers, and international laws. Simmons honed his skills in archival research, forensic analysis, and legal negotiation, becoming adept at piecing together the often fragmented and obscured histories of artworks. He learned to decipher faded watermarks on ancient manuscripts, to identify telltale brushstrokes that could authenticate a painting, and to trace the movement of artifacts across continents and centuries. This experience at Sotheby's, where discretion and diplomacy are as important as detective work, has uniquely equipped Simmons for the task ahead. He understands the intricate workings of the art market, the motivations of collectors and dealers, and the legal complexities surrounding cultural heritage. He is also acutely aware of the sensitivities involved in addressing issues of provenance, especially when they involve powerful institutions and wealthy individuals. Lucian Simmons faces a daunting challenge at the Met. His task is not simply to identify and repatriate looted objects, but to instill a new culture of provenance research within the museum itself. This means scrutinizing past acquisitions, reviewing current collecting practices, and implementing stricter guidelines for future purchases. It also involves building relationships with archaeologists, art historians, and law enforcement agencies around the world. One of the first items on Simmons's agenda is to address the cases of the seized artworks. This involves working with the relevant authorities to determine the rightful owners of these objects and to negotiate their return. This process can be lengthy and complex, involving international treaties, competing claims, and delicate diplomatic negotiations. In some cases, it may be possible to reach amicable settlements, with museums agreeing to return objects in exchange for loans or exhibitions. Simmons's appointment is a sign that the Met is finally taking provenance seriously. The museum recognizes that its reputation depends on its ability to demonstrate that its collection has been ethically acquired and that it is committed to transparency and accountability. This is not just about righting past wrongs, it's about ensuring that the Met remains a trusted custodian of cultural heritage for generations to come.